Hello, and thank you for joining us for another edition of the Northliner podcast. I'm your host, Sean Lynch, founder and executive director of the Northliner Foundation. The Northliner Foundation is committed to preserving the legacy of Herman the Duck, the beloved mascot of North Central Airlines and Republic Airlines. The Northliner Foundation mission is to inspire the next generation of commercial pilots, aviators, and aviation professionals through our scholarship program, through our aviation education initiatives, and then ultimately flying our own aircraft to many of the cities that North Central Airlines, Republic Airlines, Southern Airways, Hughes Air West, Northwest Airlines served with either a Cessna 170 or a Convair Liner 440, 340, or 580. If you're interested in commercial airlines, aviation, if you long to have your pilot's license, or you want to work in aviation, then this podcast is for you. This is our 5-minute podcast, the special edition commemorating AirVenture 2016 in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. If you're involved in aviation, then you certainly know what Oshkosh AirVenture is all about, but if you're not, it is the aviation celebration of the year. It is the top aviation event in the world, and it's super fun, and if you are even just a little bit curious about aviation, it is definitely something to tune into and to actually, if you live in Wisconsin or you live somewhere in the world, one day put on your bucket list to attend Oshkosh. On the program today, I'd like to extend a huge congratulations to the Experimental Aircraft Association and their Young Eagle program. Yesterday, Harrison Ford flew the 2 millionth Young Eagle, and the Young Eagle program started in 1992 as an initiative to get young people the opportunity to fly in a small general aviation airplane. General aviation is the part of aviation that involves private airplanes. And back in the early 90s, EAA was looking at, we need to get more people, we need to get young people involved in aviation, how can we do it? And so pilots from EAA have volunteered over the past 24 years to take young people who are age 8 to 17 up in an airplane for a free opportunity to fly and experience what personal aviation and flying is all about. And so yesterday, Harrison Ford took off with a young lady who's 16 in the Civil Air Patrol, and he went out and they did a Young Eagle flight, and just a momentous occasion. Young Eagles is something that's very near and dear to my heart. In 1994, my grandfather, James Sorensen, took me up in his Aranca Champ, and I became a Young Eagle. Now I'm 38, and I've had many aviation jobs, and I am currently working in aviation. Statistics have shown the success rate for Young Eagles are out of 2 million Young Eagles, 10% of the Young Eagles will wind up with an aviation career. So that is very impressive. 200,000 aviation professionals have more or less been generated from the Young Eagles over the past 24 years. That's incredible. If you're a young person hearing this and you're between the age of 8 and 17, in the show notes I'll actually post the website, but you can reach Young Eagles by simply doing a Google search for Young Eagles, or you can go to EAA.org, and on there is also a link for the Young Eagles. Harrison Ford wasn't the only pilot flying Young Eagles today. Captain Jeff Skiles from U.S. Airways, or from American Airlines now, but Miracle on the Hudson, he was flying Young Eagles today. And Sean D. Tucker, the world-famous air show aerobatic pilot, is also flying Young Eagles today. And before we're out of time, one thing that is also unique about the Oshkosh experience is that you will see these people. You will see these aviation celebrities, and Harrison Ford is much more than just an aviation celebrity. For me, in 2009, I actually saw Harrison Ford, and he drove right by me slowly on a golf court. I waved at him. I said, "Harrison Ford, you're my hero," and he gave me a thumbs up back. And that was just the coolest experience. Coincidentally, I also got to meet Jeff Skiles a couple times, but the neatest experience was actually at Chicago O'Hare Airport I was heading out on a deployment to the Middle East because I was in the Air Force, and there was Captain Skiles sitting in the gate area waiting to board a U.S. Airways flight, and I got to speak to him for a little while, and I actually flew a flag for him on one of my missions over Afghanistan, and he has that flag now. So just a really cool thing, and from the bottom of my heart to Experimental Aircraft Association, to all Young Eagle mission pilots, thank you for what you are doing to share what we care so much about with young people, taking your time and your resources to take young people up in an airplane and fly them. And one day when the Northliner Foundation has a Cessna 170, we will be flying Young Eagles too. We are way over the numbers for the Northliner Foundation. I'm Sean Lynch. So long.